What's up, nerds? I recently picked up these retro TMNT figures while I was on a toy hunt in Walmart. I actually did not have these three figures as a child, so these are actually new to me altogether. But since there's not too much to these figures anyway, I'm just going to look at all three of them in the same video. And if you want to skip to one or the other, there will be chapters available down below to where you can just skip to the one that you want to see, or if you want to watch all three, watch all three. But let's get started. All right, first let's take a look at Filet. Let's take a look at the packaging. Of course, we got that really awesome retro style packaging, which always has really cool artwork on it. Got all the figures on the back, still got the information card. I really wish they still included like the pizza points on the back, even if you couldn't use them for anything. That would still be really cool to throw on the back. And I really like the way the turtles look right there as well. But you know, you got all the figures on the back right here, but I'm sure y'all have seen that, and I'm not going to show that with the other two figures because the backs are the same on all of them except for the information card. So let's go ahead and open him up and take a look. And I'm sure a lot of you know this, but for those of you that don't, getting to these little plastic things right here is so much easier with these little snippers right here. They just get right in there and just cut it so easy. Go check them out. You can find them on Amazon. All right, so let's take a look at the accessories first. Like I said, I never had these as a kid, so I'm not like super familiar with these, but this seems to be some sort of gun that he can hold. Kind of looks like a manta ray right there, like with the wings and the stinger right there. Not much to that. One solid color, doesn't move or anything, of course. Then we have this little character right here. Not really sure who this is supposed to be. Looks like he's got a bunch of dynamite on his back. Oh yeah, look, because he's got the little push down box thing right there, whatever that is. And then there's the very, very small starfish. Looks like a really angry starfish. So on to Filet himself. You know, the paint job is never great on these retro figures right here. But, you know, I mean, that's fine. I don't remember them being super great on the old ones either. And see, look, right there, we got a whatever that is. His head moves, or, you know, got some articulation in the head. This arm, does it move up and down? Well, I think it just moves. I don't think this arm can move, and probably mostly because of his fins back here, or whatever these are. Y'all, like, correct me if I'm saying the wrong thing, but this moves back and forth, and this one just kind of moves like this. He's got like a little watch on. He's got flippers on. Okay, let's see if he can hold, which, I mean, I'm sure he can, but let's just see anyway. So, is it supposed to be like this? I guess if you wanted to, you could swap it to the other hand. I'd probably display him like this, though. Yeah, and see the other way, it kind of points out if he can hold it. There we go. Yeah, you can just kind of point it out like that. But there's that. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I guess this just, I don't really know what these are for. But anyway, there is the Filet figure right here. I really like the colors on here too, and it's got that texture right there. Kind of looks, it almost reminds me of like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob. Let's move on to the next. Okay, next up we got Mondo Gecko. And again, with the really cool artwork on the packaging. Eat my dust, dudes. Yeah, check out that artwork, man. That's just really cool. Does anyone know if there's like a, I don't know, like a poster or something somewhere that has like all of these classic art pieces just like thrown together in one big display? That would be really cool. I would buy that. But yeah, let's open them up. And here is Mondo Gecko. Fun fact, when I was a kid, I always wanted the Mondo Gecko figure because I thought he was so cool in the show. And it was really, really cool that he came with an actual skateboard. Like he could actually skate on, little pegs for his feet and everything, but we'll take a look at this in a second. Let's start off with Mondo himself. The colors, I really like the colors on here, like these, it needs to focus. It's almost like these like neon colors that were really popular in like the 80s and 90s somewhat and stuff. The texture on his skin kind of, which are geckos actually like this, like kind of bumpy and stuff? I'm not really sure if they actually are, but he's got his braces on there with that metallic paint on them, which looks really cool. Got the little decal on his shirt. One thing I always liked about the retro TMNT figures is how they would, even though a lot of the times it wasn't separately painted, like for example right back here, he's got this skate on his tail, but it's not painted separately, but it's just there. And so if you're not, especially as a kid, if you're not really paying attention, you won't really see it. I think the biggest example of this is the, the Muckman figure that was just extremely detailed, and you could find all kinds of stuff on that figure without it even being painted separately. But the arms have, some, it's like with the shoulder joint just kind of moves like this. I don't think anything moves in his hand. Head. And this one is the same way. The wrists don't move at all. The legs kind of remind me of like not as bad, but kind of remind me of the Shredder figure where, the knees are just really bent into place. Like there's no articulation in the knees or feet, just the hip. And then you got to kind of get I'm not really sure how his tail's going to have to be to actually pose him, but of course I'll pose him on his skateboard. But let's take a look at the skateboard. So the skateboard is really cool to me. It's got the sticker on it, which looks like it's peeling off a little bit, which in this case, that's actually not that bad because, it's a skateboard. He's going to be stepping all over this, so of course it's going to be worn and everything, but got that pretty cool decal right there that I think, actually matches the decal on his shirt. Really cool colors. Got the motor back here. Then of course the wheels and everything. So let's see what he looks like on his skateboard. Alright, so here he is on his skateboard. That is definitely the way I would pose him. I don't think his tail, like once he's standing on the skateboard, his tail doesn't really go down to the bottom or anything. So I guess this is more for like if you're just posing him standing up, but it's pretty cool. I like that. Even though this is the, re-release, I'm kind of glad I finally have them. Oops. And last but not least, we got April. And I never had April either. So there's the artwork on the front showing April. It's the one with the orange stripes on her outfit. Is the orange stripe the like original toy? Because I've seen, variations of the original toy. Like I said, I never had the original, so I'm not sure which one came first. But yeah, let's go ahead and open her up. All right, we got April right here, and there's just like really not much to April at all. Like this arm just moves up and down. She doesn't have any articulation in the the elbows or wrists or anything, just the arms going up and down. And the face, the face is not great at all. At least that's just my opinion, y'all. That's just my opinion. But I looked through several of them, and the eye, like, what is this? The right eye always looks like it's kind of crossed. So like if both eyes kind of look like this, it would look a lot better. But then you got this one over here. They just don't match up very well to me. And then you got let me see if I can zoom in, that paint or whatever that is right there. It looks like a little bit of the paint from her hair got down there. This was also the only one that her chest right here, the color of her skin actually matches the face. There was one where the skin looked pretty much white. It did not match the color of the rest of her body. You see, you got her press badge right there, and on the back, it says Turtles. And her legs, of course, movement at the hips, but there's no other kind of articulation, which means like she can pretty much only stand one way. And we're gonna have to figure out what that is here in a second. I think it's pretty much like this. I think she's gonna have to hold the camera and everything like that. But let's take a look at the accessory she comes with. So this is a perfect example of when these would come in handy. I'm actually really surprised, even though I know the original did come with this gun, which was so unusual back then because April never used a gun in the TV or, in the cartoon series or anything. In fact, she was always like the damsel in distress. Like, she didn't really do too much to defend herself. But let's get all these cut off and we'll see what they look like. All right, so first up, you got the little briefcase that comes like this, and you just fold it like that and it turns into a briefcase. I think you can actually put the camera and stuff in here, but we'll find out in just a second. She's got her microphone, which is just one solid color, of course. Kind of barely looks like her microphone. You could almost, actually, when I first glanced at it, I thought it was like one of those ooze canisters, but it's probably a microphone. In fact, I know it's a microphone, but you could almost use it as a flashlight too. And then you have her, Glock right here. And the deal is, it goes in here. Hold on. Come on, get in there. I know you go in here. This part right here popped off as I was doing it. So I don't even think the gun will stay in there hidden because there's not that other little tab to hold it in place. So my April may not be able to hold her camera. She may just have to be, holding the gun the whole time, which, hey, okay. And I lied, y'all. She does have movement at the elbows. It just doesn't bend, but they can twist right there. So correction on my part, but she doesn't even, see, it wouldn't make sense for her to hold the gun right here because it should be pointing it sideways, but the gun doesn't even really fit in her hand properly. Just looks really weird. So I would probably just have her holding her microphone, because she's a reporter. And it doesn't look like the camera actually fits in the briefcase either because the eyepiece would be coming out and there's no spot on here for the eyepiece. She can at least conceal her weapon. Okay, well, maybe not the Ninja Star. Wait, does even the gun fit by itself? So can you put anything in here? Y'all, I'm just being an idiot right now. Okay, so maybe she can just the Ninja Star. Just the Ninja Star. But yeah, accessories that are, almost useless to me, but that's fine. So have any of y'all been collecting the retro line? Have y'all picked these up yet? I'd probably say that Mondo Gecko is definitely my favorite. He has the best accessory in my opinion. The fact that it's usable and he can skate around on it. He looks the coolest to me, has the coolest colors and everything. Second would probably be Filet, and then third, April, because there's just not much. There's not much to April, unfortunately. Back then, they didn't really do too much with female characters in the action figures, at least not with TMNT. In fact, I don't even know if there were many female characters that were made. I do really love the way they look. I love their retro style, and like I said, I never had either of these as a kid, so it's pretty cool to have all three of them, even though they are reissues, but I really, really like the look of all three of them. And speaking of the way TMNT looks, tell me, are you someone that enjoys the finer things in life? Of course you are. There's a new piece in my art gallery that you just have to see. Come on. I want to show you the newest piece in my TMNT art collection, so follow me. Ah, here we are. Exquisite, isn't it? It's a one-of-a-kind piece done by my buddy over there at Shonday Art.
It's called Teenage Mutant Chibi Turtles, and man, look at those colors. The painting is a vibrant and dynamic art piece that brings the turtles to life in a very unique way. I mean, it combines the charm of chibi art with the edginess of abstract graffiti, and so it creates a visually striking composition that captures the spirit of these iconic characters.
And right now I'm giving away 3 8x10 prints of this very painting. All you have to do is head over to his channel, check out the video of him making this painting, and comment using the hashtag BiteSizeGeek. And if you don't win the giveaway, don't worry. Just head over to his website where you can buy prints of the painting, and you can use the coupon code GEEK15 to save 15% off your order. Until next time, thanks for watching.